Okay, welcome, everybody. I'd like to call the meeting to order at 7 PM. Please rise and join me. Please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. All right, so we're doing, according to the agenda, we're doing the Lennar public hearing first. Because on here, it says, illumination. So this is permanent. Okay, so I'd like to make introductory local law, illumination of existing gas station signs. Oh, we have to set the public hearing for that. That's what it is. Okay, so I'd like to make a motion to open a public hearing for the introductory local law, illumination of existing gas station signs at 7:02. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So a little background on that. John Banyo, you're on the phone there.
Yep.
John, could you unmute your mic and explain what this is to the public? John Banyo?
Well, we might have to.
All right. So it was about a lumens law, right, Ben? Do you have the background?
I
For the
don't
gas
know the
station.
background for this,
Right.
but what the law does is it essentially exempts existing gas stations from the requirement that signs at gas stations cannot be internally illuminated.
Okay, internally illuminated. All right, does anybody have any public comments on a gas station sign being internally illuminated or not? That's the matter at hand. How about online? Any public comments for this matter? Take it no. All right, I'd like to make a motion to close the public hearing for the introductory local law illumination of existing gas station signs at 7:04 PM. Do I have a second? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
The next one is the introductory local law regulation of animals. So I'd like to make a motion to reopen that public hearing. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Discussion. We are still working on that law pending the feedback that we got from the last public hearing on that. So we probably will have a working draft. I'd like to have it by the middle of next week and then posted. We don't have another meeting this month. So we want to make sure that you guys get a view into what this law entails, since before it wasn't so popular, but like I said before, when we start with the local law, it's got to be strict. We work with you guys to whittle it down, and then we all agree on what that code would look like. So we're well engaged in that process. Once the local law gets posted by Marissa, you'll still be able to make written comments via email. So you can do that, and we'll come back the following month in December, and we'll reopen that public hearing with a new version. And hopefully we can all reach some common ground on what that's supposed to look like. So the old law is still in effect until we do this particular law. Yes, Ben?
Yeah, sorry. So the board should, pass a resolution to continue the hearing on whatever date your
Okay,
first
when is
meeting
the
in
next
December is.
meeting, first meeting in December?
December 10th, I believe.
10th, I'd like to make a motion to continue the public hearing on December 10th for introductory local law regulation of animals. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. All right, department updates. Rick Marsh, you're up, sir.
Good evening, everybody. Town of Tuxedo Police Department. Thank you, Jerry. Town of Tuxedo Police Department had 430 calls of service for the month of October. We had 118 traffic tickets, 13 motor vehicle accidents, 2 arrests for the month. We had a new member of the Tuxedo PD family arrive last month. Officer Savino had his baby girl. Him and the wife and the baby are doing very well. I'd like to welcome them aboard. I came up with the tow of the day we discussed at the last meeting, if you guys would like to see it. Couple of things, we just gotta wait to the new year to implement it for any new applicants when they, apply for the new year. But, it's been established as is. If we have nobody else that joins in, we have to have a meeting, let them know we're gonna be changing from a rotation list into the call of the day and explain the process to them, but it's been established. We put names in a hat, we pulled them out and found the order, and then just consecutively carried that throughout the year. So it's been established, the county will be happy for that. Next week, we will be completing our niche training. That's the records management system that the county is offering us, forcing us to use. It is going to be a drastic learning curve, but it should help out. It's going to take a couple months to get used to, but it should help. It's been recepted pretty well from the agencies that have been using it, and we'll see. Our go live date is December 1st. So we'll be implementing everything we have to and getting ready for December 1st. We sent 3 officers to field training officer school. It was Officer Tierney, Officer Cooper, and Officer Citronini. They completed that training this week. We completed our range qualifications for the year. Evidence tech course, we sent Detective Shiloh to that. We did not have an evidence clerk since Officer Christian left. So that position has been filled with Detective Shiloh. Officer Giattino completed his school resource officer training. And as the board is aware, we had some vandalism happen to our speed trailer out in Eagle Valley. So we've got that back to the station. We're getting quotes to get that fixed. We do believe it was criminal mischief. We had state police come. They fingerprinted and swabbed for DNA. We're waiting on the results of that. Looks like we may have a lead or two, but we're waiting on that to come back. There was also burning of political signs happened on the same night, about the same time out in Eagle Valley, and we're also working on that case. I'm working with Orange County 911 and their mapping service, and Deborah from the building department. We're working on getting the reserves roads put into the maps that we have. So when we respond to calls, we actually know where we're going other than 55 Route 17. So we're working on getting that done. I spoke to Adam today. He's working on getting some road signage put up there right now, temporary until the actual ones that you guys are coming up to, that are going to be fitting into the development. But we're going to actually have streets labeled for ambulance and fire and police as we go. So we're working that up. It should take about a month, they said, to get the roads actually put onto the map. And I've added the Tuxedo Reserves as Sector 4 for the town of Tuxedo. So as you may or may not know, we had three, and it correlated with the fire department. So Sector 1 was where Company 1 Fire Department is. Sector 2 is up where Eagle Valley. They drew a line of Warwick Road, Long Meadow, and all up in the Laurel Ridge, Clinton Woods, in that area, Benjamin Meadow. And then Sector 3 went with Eagle Valley Firehouse and Maplebrook, Eagle Valley, and all that. So we onboarded the reserves with Sector 4 so we can track the call volume and things that are going on in that area. And that's about it.
Well, I'd like to take this opportunity to also recognize a milestone in your life, sir. This is your 1-year anniversary of being appointed the police chief.
Correct.
I just want
Yes,
to say.
yeah. Thank you.
And I want to thank you for everything you've done to make changes there, to get us in compliance, to do all kinds of things that make a police station work as a well-oiled machine, and you're well on your way. So we appreciate everything you've done there.
Thank you.
Thank you again.
Since you mentioned working as a well-oiled machine, the boilers broke at the police force. Thank you for reminding me that happened today. So we have Ebner and Ebner, I believe it is, coming tomorrow. They believe the circulation pump is no longer working. So
Okay.
just so you know, the well-oiled machine isn't working.
Okay, thanks for that. Rob Dolbaum, Highway Superintendent, you're up, sir.
Good evening. I'm going to start off with a nice, easy thing. The golf green at Corey Field is completed.
Mhm.
The sand trap will not be completed until the spring. The sand is there, but we're not ready to put it in place. That's an easy thing. The pavilion roof at Murphy has been completed. We tore it off, put a new roof on, in-house. Powerhouse shed and pavilion have been demolished, and we are in the process of putting it in dumpsters. We need another dumpster to complete it. Then we're bringing in 5 to 6 loads of topsoil, not from the highway garage, from the county bid.
Mhm.
And we'll use that to clean and dress the area. Picking up leaves, blowing leaves off the sides of the roads. We start on Warwick Brook Road. We will do all the main roads in town, Southgate, Eagle Valley, Warwick Brook, and up in the north end of town, Benjamin Meadow, Browntown, all that. Keep drainage open, keep everything clean. We're getting ready for winter. We have most of our trucks ready. Plows are on, sanders on, or we're keeping 3 small trucks open in case there's things that we have to do, right? Now, this is a different thing. Political signs. I don't care if you're a winner, I don't care if you're a loser, I don't care who you are, pick them up. You can run out and put them out there, pick them up. It's been a week and a half since the election, 2 weeks, whatever it is, pick your signs up.
There's still some of ours out there. I think we got them all.
Who's us?
I think they're county signs.
I'm talking local people. Are you talking about the county signs?
Marie May is all over town.
Oh, okay.
I picked
okay,
most of those
okay.
up. I did. I picked them up.
Well, there's about 12, 15 of them today I counted.
Oh, really? Where?
Newhouse hasn't picked his up. Pete Toohey has a few of his around. Pick them up.
Okay,
Or
yeah,
get the
no, agree.
people
I've been
Put 'em
picking them
out.
up. I agree with you.
Get
I
the
think we should
people that
outlaw
put
them
'em out
personally.
To pick them up,
Yeah,
you know. Um,
Oh,
Okay,
somebody
Joe.
didn't like that.
And then the last but not least, for all you hikers and outdoors people, Harriman State Park is open to hunting this year. Don't know if you know it, don't know if you even care, but they will be shotgun hunting in 5 zones in Harriman State Park this year. Deer
Does
hunting.
that include Sundays?
Not
No
Saturday.
weekends,
No,
no
it's
holidays.
just-
Sundays
Not
are off.
Saturday, not Sunday, not holidays.
Okay.
where are the zones? So we have a map of the zones?
Everything north of 210.
210 is what?
17A.
17, it's the continuation of 17.
So even
Okay.
up to the right going into
No,
our.
north of that is open,
Yeah.
south of that is not.
So
North of Arden Valley Road is private property.
Yeah.
So you have basically between those 2 roads out to Seven Lakes Drive, and then there is
Silver Mine.
Silver Mine area
North
further
of,
north
north
on
of
Seven
Route
Lakes Drive.
6, over on Lake Welch Parkway, there's 5 different zones up there that
Okay,
have 350 permits. And each section has Zone 5, which is the one that Chris was just explaining, has 90 hunters permitted. Okay, some have 60, some have 50, some have 60, some have 40. So that's the amount of hunters that'll be out there. They have to wear orange, they have to use a shotgun. So if you're in the woods and you're hiking along and there's somebody hunting, avoid them, don't harass them. And we'll see that, they'll see what's happening with that. Mulching, compost is still over there, cornfield. Pick it up.
okay, one thing for you. So I received, Monday, the contract from Supervisor Jesse Dwyer in Warwick
Right.
to do the plowing, on Long Meadow Road. Could you describe that, what that details again?
It's Iron Forge or not Iron Forge, yeah, maybe Iron Forge. Okay.
So it's a small road or it's
It's the road that goes from Long Meadow
Up.
past the Welcome Center and Sterling Forest down around.
Oh,
back
okay,
out to
okay,
Long
yeah,
Meadow.
okay. So do you approve that we could sign
Yeah,
that?
it's okay, and
I know we
if-
do it usually every year, but,
if things go good, we may be able to take the county contract next year also.
which
Not
one?
this year,
The one for Long Meadow Road, you mean?
yes.
Was it 16 lane miles or something like that? I think I remember.
It's around 50 grand for the year.
Okay, so that's a separate contract, I
Separate
believe.
contract, we didn't get in this year. I don't have the manpower,
Okay,
and we don't have
so we're gonna opt out of that then.
this year.
Okay,
Maybe next
I
year.
need to
We
make a
won't.
note
We
of
don't
that.
have the reliable trucks. We have one reliable truck for it, but we.
and that's a
need to have
county
extra
contract, right?
County
County.
contract.
Oh, plowing, okay. Well, while we have that fresh in our mind, I'd like to make a motion to adopt I know we don't have the agreement in front of us because it's down on, that's actually in Ashlea's desk, but
Yes.
pretty much it says to do the plowing for Warwick on,
Iron Gulch Road.
Yeah.
And
Do I-
it's about 3/4 of a mile.
3/4 of a mile plowing. This is a standard thing that Rob usually does every year. Just want to make sure we brought it up.
$6,000 they give
I have a
us
second?
$6,000.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, so I'll make sure that I find out about the county plowing contract and I'll make sure that they get notified that we're opted out this year, okay?
Right, they may have already sent it, and we've been opting out since, about 10 years now.
Okay,
And so,
okay.
we'll see what happens next year.
Thank you, Rob. Good job on the golf green. over
Well,
there.
yeah,
Getting a lot-
what you said, it's
Yeah,
got 3 holes
yeah,
in it. We
it's
didn't
really
put-
nice.
we
Yeah,
didn't
it's a
put the
nice little
flags in yet.
feature
That'll
for
go in
that
this
park.
spring. Yeah.
Really gonna work
Yeah,
out good.
for anybody in town that wants a chip and putt and all, that'll get a lot of use.
We can't put a tee box in yet.
That,
Oh, it has been talked about and noted and
there you
all of
go.
us are very excited.
Get your clubs.
Thank you again. Marissa?
I'm gonna defer my time. I'm not.
We were just being, so, they're not. I don't want to.
Okay. Public comments on agenda items. Anybody have any? In the room, no. How about online? Any public comments on the agenda items? I'll take that as a no. And first one is, all right, we need to schedule a public hearing for a special permit amendment that's being proposed by Lennar for Tuxedo Reserve. So we're gonna do that on the 10th as well.
If you want to schedule that first, or if you want to hear the presentation, up to you, whatever you.
Well, because we don't have another meeting this month,
Yes, that is the only meeting in December, so I'm glad to do that.
we're gonna have to wait till the 10th. All right, so I'd like to make a motion to schedule a public hearing for special permit amendments for Tuxedo Reserve. Do I have a second? Second. Hold on December 10th, 2025, do I have a second? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, at this time, Lenore, you can step up to the podium and present to the board what these amendments are.
Thank you, Ashley. So, good evening, Mr. Supervisor, members of the board, staff, and police chief. Congratulations. We were here a year ago, I think, when you got sworn in. So congratulations and good to be back here and celebrate with you. So as Mr. Supervisor said, these are amendments to the governing documents for the project, the special permit, the preliminary plan, the smart code, the design guidelines. These are all essentially, as you're going to hear from Ashley, minor cleanup changes to these documents. As often happens in multi-year, multi-phase projects, things come up that you don't plan for at the very inception. And so we're here to make some tweaks to allow the project to continue to be implemented as each neighborhood progresses. I assure you, there's no real material changes. The number of bedrooms has stayed the same. The unit count has stayed the same. The overall essential elements of the project remains the same. These are just some cleanup right around the fringes. Ashley's going to walk the board through all of those changes, but first, Mitch, we haven't been here in a year, so we thought it would be good to give an overall update on the project, and Mitch will take your board through the status of it.
Thanks, Brad. Does this podium move? All right, I just want to make sure that you all can see the presentation board. Is that good enough? If I-
Yeah.
no, Actually, it's gonna fall in. Anyway, good evening. My name is Mitch Newman, as Brad said. Thank you, Brad. My title is Vice President of Land for Lennar's New York, New Jersey Division, and we are proudly moving ahead with the Tuxedo Reserve community. This is an overall plan. You've probably seen this before, which just shows the various several neighborhoods and the home count associated with each. What I wanted to do is just give you a quick, hopefully minute and a half update. We've had some good milestones that we've achieved, and I just wanted to share some of that. So we started home construction and sales in the West Terrace neighborhood. So the bottom of that map is Route 17. You go up Serpentine up Quail Road, and West Terrace is on your right side as you continue to go up, which I'm sure you all know. So West Terrace is a mix of townhomes and single-family homes, and I'm excited to say that over the past 60 days, we have 30 sales, which is a fantastic start. Pretty much a 50-50 mix of the single-family homes and the townhomes. And by the way, as I'm giving this update, if you have any questions or want to dig into anything, just let me know. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep rolling. So West Terrace is off to a great start with sales and construction. We hope to deliver our first homes at the turn of the first quarter, at the turn of the new year. But I'll leave that to the construction folks as we progress along. The next community that we're going to be targeting to open will be Upland Park, which is here in a darker shade of green. And that community is a mix of townhomes and stacked townhomes. So we'll be excited to add those different home styles to the neighborhoods. That's probably targeted for a home construction start in late 2026, and then sales and deliveries in 2027. And then, of course, we'll continue to progress through the various neighborhoods. I wanted to update you on some of the other parts of the community, namely something that actually took us longer than it probably should. I don't know how well you can see this, but that's our entry monument. So as your planning board knows, they've been asking us pretty regularly, when are we going to see an entry monument? And we finally had something designed, which took a while because we needed to get input from Lennar and Related. And as much as we get along, we have differences of design opinions. So we settled on this entry monument, which you see obviously as the sign, light fixture. And this board here is actually an LED board. So it can have words, so such as Upland Park now open for sales, or a fitness center open, or some grand opening going on in the community, or a community event. So we took this to the planning board and we did get their approval at their last meeting. So now we're moving ahead in the design phase of it. So I would expect that the entry monument comes out of the ground probably spring 2026. You'd think it would go faster. But these things just don't happen. So we're really excited to move ahead with the entry monument. Regarding next parts of the community, the village, which is, as we always say, the heart of the community, that's a mix of apartments, mixed use, and our recreation areas. So we've already started on the first couple apartment buildings, and they expect to be completed with tenants moving in I think October 2026 is exactly when Related expects they're going to have a grand opening type of ceremony. So we'll look forward to that. Some other elements to the community. We did secure our DOT permits along Route 17, which are for traffic lights at each intersection. Also includes a culvert in Sloatsburg that we have to build. We do expect to have the traffic light at our north entrance, the entrance to West Terrace, up and operational before the end of the year. And then the south section will lag probably into the first quarter of 2026. That was a long time coming. That was a lot of work. So we're really excited that we got through the DOT permit process with major assistance from. Other topics also involving the property that's in Sloatsburg. We needed to get the Rockland County Drainage Agency permit, another bear of a permit, to be blunt. But we actually secured that permit. We're all good. Amazing. I don't think we spoke about that.
I was hoping you were going to say that, because that has been.
You don't have to call anybody. We're okay. Then we also have to deal with the Orange County Board of Health and their approval. So we have what we need from Orange County for the village and West Terrace. And now we're in the plat recording phase, which is another complicated phase. But we're doing fine. We are at the goal line. We submitted our revised plats. Maybe it's revised plats to the county, and we hope to hear from them in the next several days. Then we'll take those plats back to the planning board so that the chair and the engineer can sign, and then we will run to get them recorded. So that process is, I should be not looking at this. The process is very much at the finish line, but I might have said that before. Anyway, so that's kind of a major update as to where we are with the community. And if there's any specific questions, I'll be happy to answer them. Otherwise,
Just a clarification on the traffic light, at Quail Road. You said the end of this year?
yes.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah,
Yes.
so the way that the special permit works is we cannot get a certificate of occupancy until that traffic light is up. So
Okay.
even though we probably won't be looking for a certificate of occupancy until early 2026, we're trying to get ahead of it as best we can with the winter approaching.
So just as a note, did I understand correctly that the DOT was also putting a traffic light in at East Village Road in the winter, January?
They're scheduled to put, the MTA is scheduled to put in a traffic light at East Village Road in Q1 of 2026.
So, okay, so they're both gonna be kind of close projects.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And lastly, there will be no traffic light at the,
In Sloatsburg.
on the
So
southern
there
end?
will be.
There will be.
Oh, there will be?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
sorry if I
So
missed.
there's 3 lights going in.
Well, for Lennar's purposes, there's the light at the north entrance to 17 and the south entrance.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna
We
say.
don't really need that till our 500th or so home.
Right.
But again, we're not gonna wait. So we have the permit and we do not want to deal with DOT again. So we will be getting that light in early.
Okay, one other question, because you just reminded me of something. I take a lot of questions about this one. I think we've talked about it ad nauseum for some time. Sidewalk, pedestrian sidewalk on the west side of 17 coming out of Quail Road. Was that nixed, or do you still have that in your plan?
Coming
Yeah.
out.
Mhm.
Yeah, there is no sidewalk plan there.
Okay. Yeah, I think early on in the permit process, I think it was talked about at the planning board level, just as was the walkway. And that goes up the cliff there, right?
Yeah.
And I think some people were wondering if that was still gonna be there. So just as we're talking about that, they're worried about how people are gonna come from your community into our hamlet. And I think we have transportation for that, correct?
Yeah, there's a jitney service that's
Okay,
part of the special
perfect.
permit that goes into effect at 50th CO or something like that. Yeah, so we'll phase that in. There's not going to be a lot of need for a jitney service for the first 50 homes.
Right,
So
absolutely,
we'll have to
yeah.
phase it in. We don't want to overburden the folks that live there with this HOA dues, nor do we want to.
No, agreed. I just, while I have you here, I wanted to get it on record, so we're
Yes.
good. All right, well, any questions from the
Yeah.
board?
In total, how many HOAs will there be when you're at full build out?
So there should be 3, and here's how we think of it. There's a master association, and the master association will cover everything except the age-restricted community. The age-restricted community will have its own association, so that's 2. The third association are for condos. So the first group of condos are in Upland Park. And a condominium by nature needs its own association because they have special services because their whole outside of their building is covered by the association. Whereas a single family home or a townhome, the homeowner takes care of the outside of the skin of their building. So the 3 associations again, master, age restricted, and a condominium association that'll deal with the condominiums that are in Upland and eventually in East Terrace.
Oh, good,
So that'll
okay,
be the 3.
thank you.
And they'll interact, of course, they
Right.
have to, because the condo and the master will all be part of also dealing with the recreation, enjoying the recreation. The age restricted will have their own recreation amenity. But there's certain shared roads, there's certain shared stormwater services, the monument costs will be shared, so there'll be, for lack of a better word, cross-access agreements that'll also be cross-maintenance agreements.
And the only dedicated road for us will be Quail, right?
Well, and Bride. So-
Bridle? Oh, Bridle, yeah, okay.
Fountains, Bridle, out back.
Yeah.
Was there
Actually, this one here, it's at
the farm
the
lots?
farm house.
Okay, very good.
And in case you're wondering, that the farm lots there are 8 single-family homes. There are no current plans to focus on that.
Okay, very good. Any other questions from the board members?
No.
Yeah,
thank you.
on the, you said farm lots, is that last road? Is that gonna be open for emergency access?
Yeah.
And when will that be?
It's,
Is it open now? Is there,
no, this road isn't in, this isn't even in our view shed. It's,
Okay.
I can tell you that, timing wise, we have it for 2030, but
okay,
if I tell you something's gonna happen in 2030.
I just, Eagle Valley Fire Department, if they respond, is gonna have to come all the way through Sloatsburg. It's much closer if there was access on the back, and I just wanted to know so that they know to plan
It's
for that.
planned for emergency access, but it's not in the cards for now.
Okay, that's good. It's good to know.
This is also another access here, out to Eagle Valley Road in, Sloatsburg.
Okay, I don't know if I,
So that, okay,
Is that road?
I'm confused by that.
Cut
Can you
through?
go over that one?
Sure. So this, there's 2 Eagle Valley roads. There's
Right,
one in
yeah.
Sloatsburg and one in Tuxedo.
Yeah.
Right,
So this one, is the Eagle Valley Road in Sloatsburg that then connects down to Sterling Lane Road.
yes.
And there will be an entrance there. If you are familiar with where the power lines come out,
Oh, I'm very, yeah.
it's approximately at that.
So you're gonna cut through that very high terrain there?
It'll come out, under the power lines. or in the-
Okay.
right above.
and when will that be open? Is that now?
That'll get open when this neighborhood.
Okay.
gets open.
So this neighborhood is right now in front of the planning board for site plan and subdivision approval. We're just at the beginning. We submitted the application, let's say 45 days ago. We had a presentation and an initial public hearing, but we're working with the planning board and its professionals to revise and fine tune the plan. And actually, some of the items that you're going to hear from Ashley tonight on the special permit amendment are to facilitate that moving ahead. We realize that what we have doesn't precisely follow every nuance and every detail of the special permit and smart code. So rather than talk about variances and waivers and coming back to the board, as Brad said, we're looking to clean up a couple things, and that's a couple of them. So if we get through the planning board process, let's just say early spring 2026, then we have to go through the process of working on getting the sewer plant expanded. So this trips a lot of different elements in our permit process. So as much as I might tell you, we can have a planning board approval in 2026, we won't see any activity there probably to at least starting in 2027. We're really excited about the age restricted section. We get a lot of calls about it. You probably get inquiries also. It's just gonna take a little while, and I don't wanna minimize the sewer plant, because the sewer plant needs to double in size to handle the rest of the community, and the age restricted section is a part of that. So we are right, I didn't want to get into this, but anyway, we're already in front of the state for the permits to expand it. They tell us we'll have a draft permit, that's the way they play it, any day now. So let's just say by January, we have a draft permit. Once we have a draft permit, then we can submit our design drawings to the state. But we're not waiting, we're about 85% done with the design. So as soon as we get that draft permit, we will run like the wind back to the state. Design plans, we'll make sure your professionals get a copy of that also. And as quickly as they can approve it, we'll be trying to move ahead with those improvements to get ahead of it.
Okay. Yep, one more. So, when I was on the planning board, I remember what you guys were referring to as the village, or I think it's just the village was the commons,
It was
now it's the
commons
village.
after.
And every time you mention it tonight, I was distracted because I'm thinking of Tuxedo Park, because everybody refers to that as a village, and you heard comment about the East Village, we were talking about lights before, so we just added another village. Tonight, we're going to pass the budget, I think, we're gonna vote on it. And we have 2 funds in there, main funds, an A fund, which is townwide, and then a B fund, which is town outside village. It's just a whole lot of village, being thrown around here, and I'm just wondering,
Related on this, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
what was the wisdom in that?
Yeah, we're off the record now, Marissa.
Want me to pause it?
We could say, but just to be very open with you, so, the related decided they didn't want to be called the Commons anymore for that section, because it's mostly their 336 apartments. Yes, it's our clubhouse and all that stuff. So they decided to use the word village, and probably everybody said to them, are you kidding me? Aren't you gonna create complications? Is that word related to other things? And they stood by it and said, no, this is a fantastic word. It's a great reference. And, we said, you got it. It's now the village.
Okay.
So that was changed on their plat to the village?
Well, actually not on the subdivision plat. Because
Okay.
the county, you guys are really getting into the weeds. Because when I said a minute and a half, I jinxed it. Because the county said, you started as Commons, we're not letting you change all the way through the plat. So when we all see the recorded plat, it'll still say the Commons.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, last one. I think,
Site plans, all the other documents, planning works, all refers to them,
Okay.
just a plat, so you have for these numbers.
I could send you all a copy of this. We have it
Alright.
relatively.
next, I'll just ask more questions next time I talk to related. Okay, last question. I think I said that last time, but, I think, Mitch, last time you were in front of us, and I think it was a year ago for special permit, I asked about this, your conversations with the school. I actually have a school board member here. And I was wondering if you guys have made any progress on what the future of the school looks like and how you guys are working that.
Well, we do have occasional conversations with the school. I don't want to say monthly, but I'll say occasional. The last one was probably 45 days ago. And they asked me to update them on construction. They asked for an update on how many school kids are our sales producing, which isn't a stat we keep. So I just asked the salesperson, hey, what's your feel from when people come in? Are they coming in with kids? Are they talking about kids? So I shared that data. And to tell you the truth, a big part of our conversation is we need the school to help be a marketing tool for us. And we've asked the school folks to work with us to help come up with the Why We Are Wonderful list. So I actually jumped in and helped throw a draft back to the school board, and they're going to get me a revised list so we can use that for marketing purposes. So we are trying to work together. We do have another payment due to them coming up in early 2026. If you remember, part of the special permit, this is an oldie, was 2.5 million had to be paid to the school. Half of that's been paid as it was required to with the first building permit, and now the next half is around the time, I think a year later, or at the next CO.
Yeah, it's been about a year, right? It was about a year ago.
Yeah, it's probably about due now. I gotta put my attention on it. So we'll pay them the other half of the money. And the other part of the agreement with the school board is we donate 40 acres of property. And that is, if you can see kind of back here behind West Terrace. The reason we haven't donated that, because we're ready, willing, and able to do it, is we haven't finalized the plat, of course. When the plat gets recorded for West Terrace, that will create the lot that we can dedicate to the school. So in the meantime, Brad sent them the notice saying we hereby offer the dedication, and they have time to tell us if they want to accept it.
I believe the board actually approved it, right?
Oh, they did?
And last time we had the school board attorney was bothered with that, because they went down the process to authorize it, and then, as Mitch said, we're waiting for the fact to be filed. We can't effectuate the transfer until the fact gets filed.
Right.
Okay. Okay, thanks for that explanation. I appreciate it.
Anybody in the audience have a question for Lennar while we're talking? How about online? Any questions for Lennar representatives? Okay, thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
No, we're gonna get the changes.
Oh, that's right. Now we have
Yeah.
to. Yeah, I might want to hear those, although I already know what they are.
So everyone received digitally this larger packet. It has the tech memo. It has red line versions of all of the documents that we're requesting be changed. But this evening I passed out the short version. So it's about a 15-pager that just has the pages that are substantively changed. And I will be referring to that as we go through this. My name is Ashley Lai. I'm a senior vice president. No, I was jumping up before, but step back and introduce myself. So there are four documents that we're requesting to be amended. The first is the special permit. The changes to the special permit are primarily related to updating the references to the new documents. The one substantive change is, and I'll get into this a little bit more later, but we are requesting that a stealth cell tower or cell unit that could be put on top of the water tower potentially be allowed as a utility use. And one of the things we're requesting in the special permit is to clarify that that utility use would not be counted towards the 100,000 square foot commercial limitation that's on the southern track, because that space needs to be reserved for retail and some of the other accessory uses that are proposed as part of the development. In terms of the preliminary plan, when we were developing the active adult neighborhood, we came into some areas where there were some steep slopes. And to avoid those steep slopes, we proposed to move the road just a little bit. And to do that, it pushed some of the development into an area that had been designated as open space on the regulating plan. What we're proposing to do is a swap so that the net acreage of open space remains exactly the same and that we can avoid that area of steep slopes. And that is shown on the map in this, which is the second page in your packet. So you'll see the area that is in green is the area that is open space designated land. The purple is the developable land. And we're proposing to shift some of the green and the purple, but the net change would be the exact same amount of open space. And that's just to avoid some areas of steep slopes. We are also, and I'll just jump ahead to this, on the next page, we identified an area of utility right by the water tank in this sort of tan color. And that is also would eat into the open space in that location, but we would be picking up open space on the prior page in all of these areas that are outlined in blue. So again, the net change is there would still be the same amount of open space. So those are the primary changes to the preliminary plan. The next document we're requesting be amended is the SMART code. There are a couple different items here. The first is to replace references to Vernon Road with Overcross Road. Vernon Road is no longer part of the development, so now there's an Overcross Road, and extend the maximum cul-de-sac length for that road to 2,200 feet. Also proposing to update the required minimum curb height to 6 inches for all roads. Previously, some of the roads were allowed to have a 4-inch curb. To have some more consistency throughout the development, we're proposing to have 6-inch curbs throughout. It's a heavier curb. It's going to hold up better to plows. So we think this is a positive change. And it just, instead of having to ask for a waiver every single time, this just simplifies that. Adding stealth wireless communications facilities as a permitted use within the UD transect zone and accompanying design restrictions. So one of the major changes to the SMART code is we took basically large sections of your existing cell tower regulations and moved it into the SMART code just specifically for the stealth tower uses. So only, like trees or flagpoles or, it has to have that stealth technology. There wouldn't be any regular cell towers allowed. So that.
Just to be around, asking you board to approve the cell tower, but it's just to allow the use in the SMART code.
Right.
If the one that our wants to propose, then we have to go through the planning board
Right,
process.
right.
Just wanted to make sure.
And so it carries a lot of those regulations. It would still have to go to the planning board. There would still need to be a visual impact assessment, meet all the design requirements, and seeker would be done on any proposed cell tower at that time on that cell tower. Another change to the SMART code is adding a new field change provision. This would allow minor modifications to be made to the plan after planning board approval. These are things like, for example, last month, we were before the board to add EV charging stations. That required an amendment because it was moving some of the parking spaces around. We're suggesting that something like that potentially could have been handled as a field change because EV charging stations were consistent with the original approvals because we do have EV parking spaces designated. And then lastly, we are proposing some changes to the design guidelines to add a reference to native cultivars. Right now, there's a very extensive list of native plantings that are included. There's been some confusion about whether or not native cultivars are allowed. Sometimes that's all that's available in the trade. So this clearly states that if there's a native species identified on the list, if we propose a native cultivar, that is allowed, and we don't need to get a waiver for that. So that's another cleanup item. And then lastly, for those of you who have been on this project for a long time, we are going back to Tuxedo Reserve from Tuxedo Farms. And there were some changes just to update the reference from Tuxedo Farms back to Tuxedo Reserve. And I'm happy to answer any questions about those specific.
Any questions, you guys?
Nope,
Do you know,
just want to read it.
do you know why 4-inch curbs were selected in the first place?
I'm not sure. It may have been just for some of the neighborhoods, it may have seemed a little bit more low impact, but I'm not sure.
Okay. And then, regarding the cell tower, what triggered the thinking of having to put it in the smart code? Has it been talk about cell towers that we're like, oh, this wasn't really covered and we need to? Like, did you recognize cell tower coverage stinks up there? I mean, is that?
That's the short.
I know, that's what I'm saying. You
It
didn't know that
does.
before? I mean, like-
Yeah, so Lennar had recognized that there was some lack of coverage for certain providers, specifically Verizon, actually. And we met with a provider and they did a quick study and said, yeah, there's missing coverage here and it's going to impact your community and it's already impacting the area. So they said the remedy is a cell tower, which kind of got our attention. Wait a minute, do we want a cell tower? So we said, well, only if it's of the stealth variety that has some disguise at the minimum height possible, which hasn't been determined yet. They're still doing the study. And we also, with some input from the planning board chairman, said, well, could you possibly attach it to the water tank? So all that is being looked at, but in the meantime, Ashley guided us that if we're going to go there, we need to have the documentation to eventually get there if we go there. So with her assistance, these revisions were put in so that we're now consistent in the special permit and the smart code, and all of the provisions that the town has in its ordinance are now incorporated into our smart code. So it's just the belt and suspenders so that if and when we do proceed with this, that the planning board has all the tools necessary to take a hard look at it and make sure that it's what we all want.
Okay, thank you.
So as far as the landscaping, Flora, that's all in the smart code? Is it defined of the species?
The landscaping is in the design guidelines, yes.
Okay.
It's a pretty extensive list.
And I think you said where possible, use native species. Is that the way the
Yes.
language is?
It is, so what this would allow is to be able to use a native cultivar, which is an offshoot of a traditional native species, instead of a straight native species.
Okay. Any other questions? Rick?
Actually, I think you guys had a meeting with the fire department a week or two ago, or recently. Just concerned about the downtown area, thank you. And with the 6-inch curbs and the turning radius with the bigger fire trucks, has any consideration been taken with the on-street parking and making it so the fire trucks can make their turns and a ladder truck could get in without using a tiller truck or anything like that in the commons area?
You mean the villages?
So I wasn't
Well,
part of
the
that
village,
meeting.
The commons
but-
village, whatever it is.
I do recall that when we went through the site plan approval for the village, I believe that truck turning diagrams were provided at that time to show that a fire truck could make the turns, but I'll confirm. That would have been the civil engineer that did those plans.
Okay.
So I'll take a look.
Do you want us to You want us to follow up with our engineer to confirm that and get something in writing to you?
More so, I guess, for the fire department, but as a past fire chief, when I'm driving around there, I know the Ukes and all the bigger trucks are going through easily now because the buildings aren't up, trees aren't in, light poles aren't in, and on-street parking hasn't happened yet. But a concern could be when, especially when you're in the commons area with the intersections, going and making those turns with a 37-foot truck and turning radius and, you know.
Okay, yeah, you're right, there was a meeting, I didn't attend it, but I'll check in with, I think, Nick and Matt over there, and, I'll see if that came up and see what we're doing about it.
Okay, thank you.
I think we're good. Thank you so much again.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. We'll read through this document thoroughly and any further questions we'll send.
Thank you for scheduling public hearing. Happy Thanksgiving.
Same to you.
Yeah,
Thank
same to
very
you.
much.
Thank you.
Joe, could have also been, though, he's digging from ours also here.
Nice to meet
Bye.
you. Hi. Okay, agenda item number 2, resolution to adopt introductory local law illumination of existing gas station sites. So this
Who went through this one?
well, this issue, and as I read the narrative here in the resolution, brings back memories. So this was actually, a public hearing was held on June 25th of this year. That's what this says, right? And I think I remember doing that. Let's just talk about what it is. I think Ben did a good job of outlining it. So I'd like to make a motion to adopt introductory local law illumination of existing gas station signs. Do I have a second? Second. Okay, so public discussion was heard at the hearing concerning the merits of environmental significance of this introductory law. And that the adoption of the introductory local law titled illumination of existing gas station signs is a secret type 2 action is determined not to have a significant adverse effect on the environment, just to make that clear. Any discussion?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Agenda item number 3. Okay, this is gonna be seeker negative declaration local law for regulation of cannabis retail dispensaries, so. Ben, just a little bit of background, we have to do this prior to the adoption of the local cannabis law, correct?
Included here that there's no significant adverse impact from adopting this local law, primarily because it doesn't incorporate any type of land development or land disturbance. There's no applications before the planning board with respect to retail dispensaries. And if one were submitted in the future in the overlay district, the planning board would take a hard look, do a secret review on that particular application.
Okay, thank you.
But there's no need to read the resolution. If the board votes to approve, it can be as presented.
Say again?
So there's no need to read the
Yeah,
resolution?
I wasn't gonna, that's why I asked you to
Yeah, okay.
narrate the short
Summarize.
version. Okay, I'd like to make a motion to adopt seeker negative declaration for local law regulation of cannabis retail dispensaries. Do I have a second? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. And the next one is agenda item number 4, resolution to adopt introductory local law regulation of retail cannabis dispensaries. This is quite a lengthy resolution as well. So, once again, Ben, can you give the short version of what we've done here? I mean, so everybody knows we've had multiple public hearings about this matter.
Right, it does, it explains the history of the notices of hearing. There were several of those, 4 separate hearing dates. The board also considered not just the oral comments, but written comments from the public and from the planning board and the county planning department, and reviewed the environmental assessment form, which was the basis for the, or one of the bases for the negative declaration. It references that there's 4 potential sites in the overlay district where a cannabis retail dispensary might be located. It states the board's determination not to include the Tuxedo Hamlet within the overlay district. And the fact that if they were allowed in the overlay district due to the state's separation requirements, only 1 could be cited there.
Okay. Thank you. All right, with that said, I'd like to make a motion to adopt the introductory local law regulation of retail cannabis dispensary. Do I have a second? Second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Agenda item number 5, resolution to adopt Orange County 2025 multi-jurisdictional, multi-hazard mitigation plan. So basically, we did do this every year, right? Ben, this is a yearly?
Yes,
this,
yes, it is. Yeah, apologize.
The hazard mitigation plan, right?
Yes, it's an
Yeah.
annual thing.
And I think you and I worked on that, I think, last year to some degree, didn't we, Rick? I mean, that the hazard mitigation plan, I think it came up because we got the issue with the dams up there in Harriman up there. Okay, so I suspect there was no changes to that? Ben? Well, from our version, I'm just,
Emergency management plan we changed, I don't know about this.
Yeah,
okay,
well,
so this is just a standard document that we've been doing forever. Okay, I'd like to make a motion to adopt Orange County 2025 multi-jurisdictional, multi-hazard mitigation plan. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Number 6, resolution to retain litigation consultant for Millennium Pipeline tax certiorari proceedings. Let's do a little background on that. So Millennium Pipeline is the gas pipeline that went through years ago. Well, they filed a tax certiorari. They think their taxes are too high, so just like a resident can do, they filed the process to get them lowered. In the case that we were going through all that preparation for that conversation, the assessor found out that there's a missing piece of the pipeline that hasn't been taxed. So at the same time, we're doing the certiorari, and this is just for that. I'm just giving you a little sidebar to a different story about the untaxed version of it, right? So this is to hire a consultant for litigation in that process. And by the way, I believe that's is it multi-municipalities that are engaging in this and we're sharing the cost?
Yes.
I believe
Yes,
the
and this
state-
consultant has been retained by other municipalities.
Oh, the state did, okay, so it's just not like Tito's putting the bill. This is a huge pipeline and every municipality it touches is undergoing this certiorari proceeding, so let's keep our fingers crossed, because that's a lot of tax revenue for us. All right, I'd like to make a motion to retain litigation consultant for Millennium Pipeline tax certiorari proceedings. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Number 7, resolution to authorize Nelson Pope Voorhees to prepare RFP for Powerhouse Park renovation project. You can take that, Deirdre.
So Powerhouse Park, we do have a master plan, along with the Riverwalk master plan for Phase 1 and Phase 2. It involves a significant amount of engineering and topographical studies, in order to make sure that we can put pavilions where we want to put pavilion. We can put a playground. The playground has been cleared, but the rest of the project needs to be reviewed and to make it shovel ready, basically, which is a pretty expensive endeavor. So what we thought we would do is, as Phase 1 of this entire project, is to get an overall engineering plan, typographic plan, water, stormwater, all of the things that are necessary to make the entire project shovel ready. So as money comes in and we're able to fund the various parts of the project, we'll be ready to go. So it's just basically an upfront cost for the entire project. And because of the cost involved, we decided that it was probably best to get an RFP and to take a look at what that whole cost was from various vendors. So that is what this is. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Question, how much does it cost them to prepare the RFP?
They're charging us their hourly rate.
Okay.
It's from Nelson Pope, and their hourly rate is $140 an hour.
Did we
And
get
they,
a budget, not
they-
to exceed or anything?
Yeah, I can't remember what I said, sorry, just having a brain
That's
freeze.
okay.
But I did say that. They said they would give us a quote, but it was cheaper for them to just do it on their hourly rate. It's probably under $2,000.
Okay,
I'd have to, but I'll get back to you on that.
okay, appreciate it.
You have a second.
But we, just so you know, we provided them all the information. So it's not, they don't really have to do much in this because we did all the work.
Right, they're just writing it.
They're writing
as
it.
an RFP. with all
Correct.
the requirements.
But all of
and
the
we're gonna-
stuff is
Yeah.
already flushed out for them.
Okay.
Did we vote?
No.
Oh, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. I thought we voted.
Number 8, resolution to hire a part-time officer. I'd like to make I'd like to make a motion to hire a part-time police officer. Jeffrey Stewart at an hourly rate of $33.63 per hour, and the candidate was already approved by civil service. Do I have a second? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Number 9, resolution to approve auction sales of surplus equipment. I'm gonna take that this is coming from you, Rob, or is it the police, or it's the police? You wanna describe what that was? I don't know whether this means they were sold or they're going to be sold.
These were, the tires, when we cleaned out the garage, they were from the old Tauruses.
Okay. Yeah, they are all passenger vehicle sizes. I see that now. Okay, so did we sell them? Is that what
We
this is?
sold them, yeah, it was, there was probably 50 tires that were sold for about $1,500.
Okay. I'd like to make a motion to approve those auction sales of surplus equipment for the police department. Do I have a second? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Number 10, resolution to adopt the 2026 budget. So we'll just start by talking about the budget. So why don't any board members want to make a comment about the budget process and where we wound up before we adopt it that are significant?
I feel like I said it at the hearing.
The last meeting? All right. Once again, thanks to Chris Dolbaum for his hard work coming in right before we were in preliminary. There was a lot of work done there to get us under the cap. Much appreciated, Chris. Hard work paid off there, so.
And the point is, we are under the cap.
And we are under the cap, yeah. And that's almost impossible to do. Regardless of some people's comments, that's our job. Well, it is our job, but in these days and ages right now with the prices we're paying, at the levels of percentage increase, it was really hard. So once again, thank you to Chris Dolbaum for keeping us there. So I'd like to make a motion to adopt the 2026 final budget. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Number 11, budget modifications. So I'd like to make a motion that the town of Tuxedo approve budget modifications listed in the memo from Andrew Arias, and really it's it's an extensive list. Now they turn the page. Let me try to get you a number here.
I don't think it's really a total because it's the different.
Yeah,
Everything levels.
Oh, there it is.
So
Just want to
increases
go
and
through
decreases.
through the individual funds. Is that what we're doing? Go ahead, Chris, if you want to just talk about that and take that.
Yeah, so basically it's just kind of balancing out the budget from 2025, moving money where we had a surplus or where we had a deficit, to kind of offset itself. Again, everything equals out. So in the A fund, we had $103,100 increase and a $103,100 decrease. B fund, 108,220, increase and decrease. DB, 60,314, rec fund, 9,320.
Do I have a second? Second. Any other discussions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, Chris. All right. I'd like to make a motion that the town board accept the minutes of the regular bi-monthly town board meeting held on October 22nd, 2025. Do I have a second? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
I'd like to make I'd like to make a motion that the following vouchers are hereby approved for payment. Total is $342,202.54. Claim numbers last 45475 through 5566. Do I have a second? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, town board updates. Start with Chris Dolbaum. Work this way. Go ahead, sir.
Nothing from me tonight.
Okay, Chris Casker.
Yeah. I thought about this after we talked about the budget, but I want to talk a little bit about tax increases. And just so people understand what this is. So I took two properties, one from Circle Drive that's assessed at $40,000 and that's tax assessed, not retail value. And one at Juniper that's assessed at $100,000. The $100,000 assessed properties tax increase that the town controls will be $40 a year. the Circle Drive house will be $16. So although it's under the tax cap at 1.5 or 1.6%, real dollars is minimal because all your taxes are school, which is more than 50% or about 50%, county and state, and then town. And then you have sewer if you're on the sewer system, and trash if you're on the trash, but I didn't count sewer and trash in those numbers. So I'm happy to explain that to anybody else if they have questions, but very minimal in taxes. And if you want to get to the weeds, $36.80 per $1,000 of assessed value is what it was, and it's going to $37.20. It's a 40-cent difference per $1,000. So
Great perspective, thank you.
it's not the end of the world that we
No.
increase taxes by 1.5%. Wish we didn't have to do it at all. It's much easier to not have to explain this, but it's not that much.
Anything
That's it.
else?
No.
Deirdre?
Well, we successfully filed for the New York Forward application last Friday. It's for $4.5 million. We took a different position this time than we did the last time, so, but it's basically taking the revitalization plan and incorporating our economic development plan and Powerhouse Park along with it, so it really strengthened our position. So we will find out about that probably in about 6 months. We were told last time, I go over this, that we did get into the final round. We were told that the reason that we didn't make it last time was because Orange County had made it, had been awarded grants the year before, so they do like to mix it up. This year, we'll hopefully get it. We are going to post it on the website. Everybody can read it if you want, to have leisure reading. I can't read it one more time. But anyway, thank you to Michelle Lindsay and Dave for helping with it also. We spent days going over every single detail. So I do think it's a very strong case. So with that said, we'll find out. We also approved the plans for the MTA intersection for East Village Road and Route 17 going into the park. The MTA was very cooperative with us and has adapted the plan to fit everybody's needs. So that has been approved, and we are going to stay on top of them to make sure that we move quickly through the process. And they are scheduled for construction in Q1 of 2026. So that will give us, just from what I heard tonight, by the end of, say, second quarter of next year, we'll have 3 lights going into, approaching from the south into the north, 3 lights going through the hamlet, which will certainly change our
And the East Village one
traffic
actually
calming.
is a significant pedestrian safety improvement.
Yeah, hopefully it will go on the thruway. Yeah, so, anyway, that's what I have.
Adam?
Good evening, Tuxedo. As always, thank you to our department heads for all their hard work and their job well done. To start, the school district Saturday morning basketball program begins this Saturday, November 15th from 9 to 11 a.m. at the Tuxedo School District Gym. It is open to all town residents, not just district kids, all town residents, and is designed for children in grades 3 through 6. So please come out and bring your children. It's always a good time. The school board is also requesting temporary use of the town hall meeting room during their audio and video upgrades over at the school. They're looking to meet here starting next Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. and then on the 3rd Wednesday of each month at the same time until they've completed their project. What are our thoughts on that?
I mean, it doesn't conflict with our meeting. I just checked with the planning board and the zoning board. I'm
Just no
not sure what
conflict.
those.
Yeah, we got hacked tonight, so.
We got
Thought
what?
so.
Something to consider. There's nuances with the system, so if you want to meet ahead of time, or I don't know who's gonna be running or who does the tech for the meetings.
Yes, we can talk after, just about the pros and cons and things. It was just one of the options we thought may be possible
Yeah.
to consider, and we just wanted to get permission first to even consider it.
Yeah, if there's no conflict, I have no issue.
Yeah.
No,
I mean,
no.
Fine by me.
Yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely in support.
We'll coordinate, we'll get together and figure it all out. The outreach committee at the school would like to meet with Lennar to coordinate communication updates that will support the school district's outreach. We also spoke with Lennar. Mitch had mentioned it before that they had given the school district an update of how many approximate school-age children out of the 30 homes that have been sold, and that number was actually 5. So I think that's important for everybody to know.
Well, hold on, just going back to the meetings here. So they use stream on YouTube. How would we accommodate that through the Zoom room?
So I don't think you would be able to stream. I think what would end up happening is kind of be like this. I think you would have to like do a Zoom style meeting and then post it the next day.
Yeah, so we use Zoom and record it and then we post that on YouTube.
That
So
might be
that
part
don't
of your
understand it
guys'
wouldn't be
issue.
live. Yeah.
Our issue is our microphones are not, it's great.
Yeah, I mean, from speaking with Sue and a couple, I don't think it's gonna be crazy long. They're trying to
Yeah,
figure
no,
out a
no,
solution for it,
Let's
but
make it-
yeah.
I don't think we'll be able to figure it out. Talk to Marissa and. he's
Yeah,
got-
there could be a workaround for it now that I think about
Well,
it. So,
yeah,
Okay, I didn't mean to. cut
no,
you
no
off.
problem. So we're good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
The hydrant issue at the gas station property has been resolved. Vishal, the property owner, will be at our December 10th meeting to give an update and hopefully provide an accurate estimated time of completion. On the Red Apple Rest, the structural assessment is scheduled for this weekend. We will follow up on Monday to get a timeline for the full report. Once we receive it, the findings, along with the owner's intentions, will guide our next steps. If the building is structurally sound, our building inspector and code enforcement officer will prepare a full evaluation to outline what is required to bring it into compliance. If not, the appropriate course of action will need to be taken. This past week, we showed the Junction property to a couple of investors who showed real interest. Nothing is guaranteed, but we want all residents to know that we are not only continuing our efforts, but actively ramping them up to revitalize and occupy all of our commercial spaces. We also intend to reconvene with the owners of Steve Pizza and Orange Top property to continue discussions and move those sites towards productive use. Lastly, we hope that everyone has a safe, happy, and healthy Thanksgiving. That's the end of my report.
Thank you. Just one minor thing for me, if it was brought to my attention. We have a service called Community Choice Aggregation Program for alternative electric companies. The one that we're using is Community Solar, I believe it was, right? And they sent a
Community
notice.
choice aggregation
What was it?
was Jewel.
It was
Was it?
Jewel,
Jewel
Jewel,
was
Jewel,
administrator,
Jewel.
yeah.
Whatever that program is, it's ended suddenly because that provider went out of business.
It didn't end suddenly, the contract's not being.
The contracts, but so it's still in effect until.
Until
Until
contract.
December 1st,
Yeah, I
right?
think it's December 1st.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure people are aware of that. I wasn't until I got a phone call. And just wanted to throw that out there if you're subscribed to that. And that's it for me. So we'll go to, actually, Claudia, I think you wanted to read something into the record.
I was supposed to read in the letter. in the
Yeah.
library.
Yeah, you can come up to the podium, please.
Yeah, good evening, Claudia Bakhtiari. I'm here in place of Tony Davidson, the president of the board for the library. I'm a library trustee as well, and I've been asked to read this letter into the record. So it was addressed to Supervisor Macmillan. Dear Honorable Supervisor and Town Council persons, as you are well aware, the Tuxedo Park Library is an essential institution in the town of Tuxedo. Less well known is the fact that neither the library nor the town owns or controls the parking area adjacent to the library at 14 Store Road, which is used daily by our patrons. It has been through the good graces of the property owner, Lorde, that we have been able to use this area for library parking and for our Memorial Day community events for so many years. However, with the owner having put its properties on the market, the library and the town are at dire risk of losing access to this parking area. We cannot expect a future buyer to be as accommodating. Almost certainly, they would refuse the library continued use of the parking spaces. This would be a disaster for the library's visitors,
especially the many seniors who use the facility and may have limited mobility. As you know better than anyone after the many surveys, there are virtually no other public parking spaces in all of Tuxedo. Use of the train station parking is neither possible nor desirable. The library is the most frequented public space in town. It provides key services above and beyond traditional media circulation, programming for entertainment and education, notary and fax, and meeting spaces for organizations, not to mention enabling the crucial social interactions among citizens that are harder and harder to come by. It needs to remain accessible to all Tuxedo residents. There have been other opportunities in the past for the town to secure the subject property, but they went by the wayside. The trustees of the library urgently support any and all efforts by the town to acquire the relevant property now. As I have previously advised, the library would be open to considering a subsequent transaction that would reduce the net project cost to the town and the taxpayers, and that would ensure our patrons access to the parking in perpetuity. We look forward to the next steps in moving the project forward. Sincerely, Anthony Davidson, President, Board of Trustees.
Thank you very much. There, you want?
They're working, we just gave them an estimated value.
I just wanted to make sure that, given the new use in the Tuxedo train station, that we can go ahead with the holiday decorations as we usually do. I didn't want to prepare all of it and then.
Yes, and also, it won't be inhabited by the new proprietor until after the Secret Santa, what is it called? The tree lighting.
The tree lighting.
Tree lighting,
yeah.
so we'll still have it available for the tree lighting as well.
Oh, okay. All right, thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. Any other public comments? From the audience?
I have a question for the library.
Sure.
Do you know, how many visitors do you get? You have some kind of calculation of how many visitors come into the library weekly, monthly, and annually?
I can give you the exact number, but I'd say public, the in-person visitors.
Yeah.
we have between 50 and 100 a day from the
Right.
library. That's per day. But I can give you virtual visitors.
No, that's good. That's good. I'm just getting a feel for, yeah. Thank
We
you.
have virtual visitors too, but that's the physical visitors. So.
Okay, great.
Jerry, nothing?
stole my thunder.
Okay.
That's that's what wives do.
Evelyn, I see you have your hand up.
Yes, I do. Thank you very much.
Good evening.
Good evening, everybody. Everybody sounds really great. Okay, so is this okay to keep talking?
Go ahead. We hear you.
Okay, so the company that was giving us the electricity, that was Constellation, I believe. So the upshot is that the contract is still in effect. I wasn't clear on the details there.
The contract expires. We signed an 18-month contract. It expires.
Okay.
And so it automatically reverts back to ONR's rates.
Okay, and Constellation doesn't answer their phone. So that means, so somebody said they're out of business?
Jewel, it was the name of the company that's the administrator for the process, and they are no longer administrating.
Oh, okay.
Evelyn,
Okay.
the good news is ONR's rates are cheaper.
Right.
Yes, well,
They
right
have been
now,
over the
right,
course of the-
okay.
They have been, collectively over the course of the 18 months, it's been cheaper to stick with ONR.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I was doing it for many reasons. So anyway, thank you very much. Thanks for investigating. Okay.
Thank you, Evelyn.
Okay, thanks. All right, bye-bye. Thanks.
Any public comments in Zoom meeting? Rick? Yes, sir.
Yeah, just, actually, other business. I sent an email earlier this afternoon and I put the folder on your desks up there. With the new contract proposals with what's going on with the PD and possibly getting new part-time, police officers, I think now is the time to implement a reimbursement, agreement with the part-timers. and full-timers. We've never had this with the police department, and I'd like the board to consider it. I gave email to Ben this afternoon as well. I would like to start this with the new part-timer that we just agreed to hire. If you guys could get back to me at some point tomorrow, review it. I've already talked to Councilman Casker. I also agree if we take out the field training officer line, that would be appropriate, but please digest it and get back to me. And let me know your feelings. I'm willing to change anything that you feel needs to be changed. But to sum it up, it's, we hire somebody and they leave us, it's approximately $2,000 per officer when we hire them. So if they leave us within 6 months, they have to reimburse us 100% of our cost. If they leave us between 7 and 12 months, it's 84%. From 13 months to 18 months, it's 67%. 19 months to 24 months, it's 50%. 25 months to 30 months, it's 33%. If they stay for 36 months or longer and they leave, then they don't owe us anything. I didn't make this up. I took it from another jurisdiction and they use it. It seems to work. I think it's something that, we could get a return if, somebody decides to leave us. It's a costly thing to do. I just like for you guys to look it over and.
Rick, I have two questions.
Sure.
First, I'm assuming the PBA is gonna have to agree to this?
This is prior to employment, so that they're not in the PBA yet.
Okay. And the second thing, what if they leave between months 31 and 35?
Then it would be,
Zero.
15 and 3/4. I'm assuming after 25 months or 30 months, they're pretty
Yeah.
much locked in and we're gonna give them a break, maybe. I don't know. It's up to you. The board has the right, and it's ultimately the board's decision at any point, if you leave, that you have the right to waive these. So, what would you like it to be?
Well, just.
Oh,
make it-
I'm just,
Make it
Oh,
10%.
you just want-
I'm just
Put me
saying
on the spot?
there's a gap there. I don't know, 25%.
You saw the gap and you
I think
figured-
I think it's a great idea. Just.
Yeah, I just think we're investing money in them and just to, get some security when we're hiring these people, especially, with our intentions of hiring some younger people that are going to cover shifts and stuff, not SROs. There is a potential for younger part-time officers that are just out of the academy to come to us and leave within 6 months to a year for a full-time position. You can't blame them, it's a full-time position. But this gives us a little bit of cushion that we're not wasting our money on somebody.
Is any of the equipment transferable?
To some degree, they're like your vests aren't, they're personally cut to you and it's on your body, it's skin contact that you don't want to wear somebody else's. But, recycling leather goods and holsters and, stuff like that is, and we do have a kind of like a shopping closet downstairs that we try to do that with people. However, some people, especially these younger kids have a size 26 waist, some of us older people don't have that and haven't had that for quite some time. So it's the matter of if the equipment is available, we do have some of the hard leather goods. The uniforms and stuff obviously are tailored to the people and the vests, so. There are some equipment that is transferable.
What I would say particularly, and I don't know if we can segregate this for part-time or full-time.
No,
I would
it
say
says for full-time and part-time.
So I don't know if we can segregate the language. So my thought would be for part-time officers, this could be a barrier to hiring them. Maybe don't back charge them, and obviously this is open for discussion, but for things that can be reused by the next guy that comes in. That's all.
Yeah, there's a list in here, a checklist.
Yeah, no, I saw it.
So when we do issue it to them, we will take note, it checked, you got 2 long sleeve shirts, but you're not getting a duty belt. So we don't check that. And then in
Do
the
you
price list, we can
think
deduct
this
what
will
we owe them.
deter someone who's taking a part-time position who has goals of becoming a full-time cop?
Would it deter them?
Well, would it deter them from taking the part-time position? Knowing if they leave in a period of time, they're gonna owe the town $2 grand.
They're gonna sign it.
Yeah.
Happy they got
I
a
mean,
job.
the other agencies that use this don't have a problem with it.
Okay.
Just one comment. Page 2, section 3, it's missing a monetary amount. So correct that. You guys are good with this, or do you want to take time to?
Well,
discuss it?
we need to see what Ben
We gotta get Ben to look at
says,
it.
but yeah, I'm fine with it and confident.
I am too, pending.
I
Legal
am. I
review?
thought it was a good idea.
Okay.
That's all. I'm asking you to review it, digest it, and get back to me. So I'm sure Jeffrey won't be in to either tomorrow afternoon or Friday anyway. We got to get him to the town hall to sign and get sworn in and do all that stuff. So it's, I mean, it's not dire that we need to, approve it tonight.
What's the background on Jeffrey? Is he
He
retired?
was NYPD, retired. He actually was working in a terrorist group. He worked his way up through patrol, and he was intel kind of, and terrorist. Myself and Lieutenant Norton interviewed him. He's very mellow, even keeled. I think he's gonna fit perfectly in our community. Sergeant Russell took him out for field training. He was supposed to spend approximately 2 hours with him. If you know Sergeant Russell, we like calling it at the station, he got dugged. He was with Sergeant Russell for 6 hours of his own free volition to learn about the history of Tuxedo driving around, and he was very well received by all the members. Kind of did it like shift change, so everybody can meet him kind of thing and give an opinion. And feel he's gonna fit in good.
Awesome.
Great.
Thank you.
So do we need to have this in place for him?
He would be I would like to put this in place for him. It would
So this
be-
basically, we would be hiring him, or we hired?
We hired him.
Okay. Got it.
And like
So
I said, he
Ben's
probably
gotta
won't
look
be
at
coming
it.
into tomorrow afternoon or Friday to get sworn in by Marissa and to fill
Well,
out.
can
the
we make
town-
Can we approve it
A
contingent
motion
upon,
to approve it
Legal review?
subsequent to your approval? All right, go ahead.
make a motion to approve, what is this? An agreement to provide for reimbursement to the town of Tuxedo for hiring and training part-time police officers. Do I have a second?
Subject to.
Subject.
Subject to attorney review. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Any other public comments? Oh, go ahead, Rob.
There's a turkey trot. Thanksgiving Day. I don't know if there's another meeting prior to Thanksgiving Day.
There isn't, you're right.
There is?
No.
No, okay.
Yeah.
Turkey trot on Warwick Brook Road. Bring your costumes, head out there. Everybody will have a good time. I don't know what you win, I don't know what you do, but it's Thanksgiving morning on Warwick Brook Road, Quarry Field.
Pray no rain. Yeah.
Spread the word.
No
Or
snow.
snow.
How about it?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Any other public comments? All right, I'd like to make a motion to go into executive session to seek attorney advice on a matter of HR personnel. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So, Mary Gretzer, if you can hear me, we will not be taking any action out of executive session.